I wanted to tell you about a biography I read, and it's about, let me tell you first, a biography is a book about a real person. Did you know that? Okay. So the biography that I read was about John Chapman. Okay, so John Chapman, let me bring this up here so you can see. John Chapman used to walk around with a pot because he used to cook a lot, and mostly apples. He cooked a lot of apples. So there's a bushel of apples here. So John Chapman would cook apple tart, apple pie, apple sauce, apple butter, apple crisp, apple cobbler, just a whole bunch of apples. And so a lot of people got recipes from him, and they cooked a lot of apples too, and they came to him and they said, John, where can we get more apples? And so he said, let me make some apples for you. So he started planting apple seeds wherever he went. And all over Ohio, that's the state where he lived in, he planted apple orchards. And 200 years later, today, there are still apple trees thanks to him. And so let me show you what I mean. When John Chapman, so here's an apple tree, just like the one he planted. He planted different kinds of apples because people use different apples for different kinds of things. There's red ones, yellow ones, or red ones, yellow ones, green ones. I got that mixed up. And so some are big, some are little, and so when he was planting these apples, I can't remember. I need to use that chart that I made because this chart helps me remember. So when he went. He started with the green one first, right? And the green ones were down, he planted the green ones by the river because that's where most people built their houses because they needed the water. And they used the green apples. These were great for baking and for storing. And they were also good for cooking. And so the yellow ones, he would plant in the middle of the hill. Because that's where most people worked. And do you know what most people did in those days 200 years ago? They were farmers. And so a lot of people, they tilled the ground, they plowed, and they planted. So so they could go outside at lunchtime to the apple trees and pick an apple for lunch. So that was great. And then the red ones, he put at the top of the hill because he thought Ohio was a great state, and he thought if people would see the apples on top of the hill, they would want to stay in Ohio. And so that's great. So now you know all about the green apples, the red apples, or the green, yellow, and the red apples. How they, what? Hey! Oh, I got this mixed up. I must not have been paying attention. I was busy talking to you guys. And so I didn't watch very closely. So let me show you this again. So we've got the green apple goes in first, because that's by the riverbed. The yellow apple goes by the middle of the hill. The yellow apples are called
Golden Delicious.
I think they're called Golden Delicious. And then the red apples are called Jonathan apples. These are the type of red apples they are. And they went on the top of the hill, and they were good too. So now we've got the green, the yellow, and the red ones. Hey! Wait a second. Did you see what I did? Were you watching what that time? Yeah. So did I do it right? Okay, so if we took the green apple first, that goes by the riverbed. Okay, and then we took the yellow apple that goes next. I think it was the red Jonathan apple because I think that's what gave us the trouble. So I'm going to put the Jonathan apple inside the pot so that when people ask me about Jonathan, Johnny Chapman, Johnny Appleseed, because that's his nickname, then I can show him that, I can show him the apple that John Chapman had, and I can tell him. Oh my goodness! Well, how am I going to tell? I can't tell anybody about Johnny Appleseed. Because I can only tell them we've got the green apple here, and we've got the yellow apple here. this, thank goodness, now I can tell people about Johnny Appleseed.